Does anybody else have any?
Item 6.
Item 6. Oh, right.
I'm happy to say the beaver retracted beaver on my lot. But in reading this, it says that you want to remove the lodges.
The reason
And I don't want the lodges
We
removed.
had a discussion, and I owe you an explanation.
Okay.
And the explanation is they have great genetic programming, and they will return if you don't capture all of the beavers of that particular lodge, or other beavers that reside elsewhere might come back. They'll be like a magnet. So you do want to, I know it's important for the
Well,
fish life.
the fish life is where I was going with that.
The what?
It's the fish life. That beaver dam that's off of my dock is huge, and the fishing is probably better off of that beaver dam than anywhere in the lake. I mean, there are little baby fish everywhere in the spring, and to remove that may remove a lot of good fish habitat. So it's a trade-off. I mean, we want the beaver gone, but we want the fish to be there, and the fish are good for the lake. So
You got a business card?
I have a question. Is the Great Beaver Extermination Program complete now? Or is
It's
it
only
just-
complete with going after known locations on it. If you want an extensive property-wide, extermination, then it's going to be quite a bit more. And I don't know if it warrants that. I think we should go after what's known
Well,
Ray, did we get any more besides the one at my house?
across.
those little boogers living in my backyard.
Across the way.
Yours were established. This is quite a change of subject. But there's another lodge across from the lake.
So the answer to my question is yes, the Great Beaver Extension Program of 2008 is complete.
Well, until
I
we're
detect no sarcasm in your voice. Do you think we should not have done this?
No, I think it's a great idea, but I didn't think we were only gonna do it in Susie's backyard.
Oh, we did.
No, it wasn't. I just had to give him permission to go in my backyard, and I saw him in his little trap, all
I
trapped
think
up,
it's a
so I
great
knew he
idea,
had
but I
it.
think we're being overrun with those little furry monsters.
Well, we need to address because you don't want them into your spec of the product.
Well, I understand that.
Well, where I'm going with this, is there maybe a way that we can just kind of trap on a regular basis without,
You don't want a magnet. That's how it was described to me. And I feel that you're spending $750 going after 2 locations. You want to avoid doing that any more than you have to. And I think he said they'll return.
can we be part of it? That is a huge beaver dam. How is he gonna get rid of that? It's huge.
Dynamo.
That isn't the issue, is it? The issue is whether to get rid of it, not how he's gonna do it, right?
It's everything. The aquatic life in that cove is important to me.
Well-
I'm a fish, I like to fish. I don't want that thing going anywhere if I can do anything to prevent it. But what I'd like to know is there some way that we can continually trap the beavers and perhaps leave the dams that are there, because pulling that out of that cove is going to
But also,
mess up, especially this time of the year. The fish are getting ready to reproduce and stuff there. That's a big spot for them. So, the damage that we're doing to lake, is it worth the trade-off, is where I'm going with that.
Lou, do you have something?
One of the things I studied in college, in addition to forestry, was wildlife management. And beavers, as Ray said, if you leave a beaver lodge, beaver dam intact, other beavers will come. You could wrap every one of them out of it. In 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you'll have just as many beavers. They're as bad as squirrels. You can kill every squirrel in an area, and what will happen is the same number will move back in. The same thing will happen with beavers. What we did as part of wildlife management to control beavers in an area, as John mentioned, dynamite. You blow the dam, blow the lodge.
Is this what he's
Beavers.
going to do next to my dock? I guess is my next question. Because it's right on my dock. I
his
mean, it's,
contract calls for removing it, so I don't know
These-
what.
these-
okay, well, I need a
Dynamite
little
is like a
clarification
light.
on how he's gonna,
Leave the dams.
well, has he told you how he's gonna remove it?
Just said, the contract calls for removal.
Without none.
Okay, go ahead.
Speaking of half measures, seems to me the last time that beaver extermination was quite successful. I don't know what it cost, but we were not plagued by those little devils for years. Now, a good number of them are back, and it appears to me as though we've done a very surgical strike on one beaver colony. Two beaver colonies. I don't know what it would cost, but I think that that's probably a drop in the bucket. There's a tremendous amount of beaver damage that's being done everywhere around here, and just do a surgical strike on two of these little guys is I think, inadequate. And I really think we should, and I thought when we talked about this the last time that we were gonna do the same kind of treatment that we did the last time, where people were gonna search out these little boogers and do the same thing they did to them last time. I'm disappointed if we're done now, we've done two, and that's a drop in the bucket. That was money wasted.
John, do you have evidence of other beavers?
Yes,
Where?
yeah, in my backyard.
Right? Blackbird beavers.
I was surprised to find out that they're not protected.
That's not something we're worried about. They're not. Let's just get rid of them.
But I mean, it shouldn't be just aimed at directors' backyards. There ought to be, there are beavers everywhere.
But John, we can't hire somebody to continuously walk the shore of Lake Holiday.
Okay.
We should go after what we know
All
about.
right.
If we know about deep beavers, let's go get
All
it.
right.
Well, and maybe, not to enlarge what we're spending, but maybe there needs to be an article in the newsletter that says, if you have problems with beavers, call the office.
That's where I was
Instead of
going.
us hearing that we are going from certain house to certain house and we're not going other places.
There are preventative measures. I mean, all my trees are wrapped. They never bother them.
Right.
Doesn't cost much to do that. Just a little bit of wire.
Well, we have lots of natural areas too.
Well, along the shoreline, maybe we should be able to wire them up. Probably a lot cheaper. I don't know. Let nature do its thing.
Right?
So what did we decide? We're gonna put a request in the newsletter for people to identify beaver populations that they need to have looked at?
I have no idea.
Well, that was an idea, I don't.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I have 3 lines here, 2.5 lines. This will be a real short.
There are no shorties.
How fast can we get that done?
Well, he eats them, so I don't know how
You don't have
hungry he is at
problems
this
with
point.
beavers,
No, I don't,
The
no,
newsletter.
no, the newsletter,
The
something for the
750.
newsletter.
I'll get it to you tomorrow for the posting.
Can we do that?
Can we do that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, Diane is great, she is.
That
She's just
contract
great.
cost of $750, does that include taking
Yes,
beaver dams away? How many?
the ones that were cited.
Just two.
All right, are we agreed on beavers now?